Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Reese's Random Reviews. I am Reese. I'm about to give you a random review. Now, today I'm going to talk about a film which I believe was, to be honest, is one of the greatest horror films I've ever seen. I loved it the first day I watched it, and to be honest, it's become a really bit of a cult classic. I'm talking about Cabin Fever. Yeah, Cabin Fever was released in 2002 and became a really huge hit for horror fans. Eli Roth, the director, was determined to bring back the horror genre to its best. And he did by making his directorial debut, Cabin Fever. And boy, what an amazing film it was. And obviously after being a box office success, it's no surprise that there was a sequel. It's just a shame that the sequel had to be so shite. Yeah, Cabin Fever 2 Spring Fever. Just one thing, avoid at all costs. It's a terrible movie. And then after the sequel, which had negative reviews and basically was known as the baddest sequel ever made, which it was, obviously it's no surprise that they won't make another sequel. Instead, they make a crappy prequel called Cabin Fever 3 Patient Zero. Yep, this film was also very, very bad. Avoid at all costs. Anyway, after apparently making a crappy third film, which still had negative reviews, they were thinking about making a fourth one called Cabin Fever 4 Outbreak. But luckily, they said they weren't going to do it, and they finally scrapped it. And I literally was like, thank goodness they didn't do it. Instead, they made a very, very bad remake. Yeah, no joke. There's actually a remake to Cabin Fever, and it was released early this year. And I've happened to have watched it. And what were my thoughts on this? This so-called remake is not a remake. It's an insult to the 2002 movie. Yeah, apparently when they announced this so-called remake coming out in 2016, I was no surprise being very cautious of this, because obviously after a crappy sequel and a crappy prequel, why on earth would they do a remake? I mean, with some remakes, there's actually some good effort in some of them. Some of them have better music, some of them have better graphics, some of them make the story just a bit more intense. So a little part of me was thinking, okay, maybe this will be quite good. And then I happened to watch the remake, and I just literally wanted to slap myself in the face so many times for watching it, because it's such a very, very bad movie. This is not a remake, okay? This is just the lazy version of Cabin Fever. It is so bad. Like, let me tell you what's so bad of it most of all. There's not many good points about this, seriously. There's only literally like 2 good points about this film, but I'm going to talk about afterwards. I'm going to talk about the bad stuff. Okay, number 1, the main characters. They are so dull. Like, you think the first, original characters in the first one were dull. Oh, they weren't. They were a million times cleverer than the crap they had in this. Like, seriously, all they ever do in this film is moan and bitch and scream at each other. I've been infected. I almost shot someone. You can't go in the woods. There's an evil dog. Help me, help me, help me. Oh my god, will they just shut up? Seriously, it annoyed the hell out of me. All they did was moan and scream, and that was it. That was literally the movie. The character development in the remake was so bad. I couldn't stand it. Plus as well, the 3 guys that run the petrol station that, were watching the kids and they tried to kill them because they found out they had a disease. What the hell were they? Like, seriously, they were like cartoon versions of the original people. And their deaths as well was lazy. Like in the original, one of them died by getting a screwdriver right in the ear. That was a proper horrible death. In the remake, they just get shot. And that's it. There's no big epic fight battle like there was in the original. Like, seriously, it's just absolute laziness. The dog as well. They have they changed the dog, Dr. Mambo. In the original, he's vicious, he's evil, he's insane. In the remake, this dog hardly does anything but just look in the camera and look scary. This dog is not even that scary. It's just, it's a Cujo ripoff. But only Cujo is 10 times scarier than that dog. Like the epic scene with the dog. The dog chases Paul in the original, and Paul grabs the gun, and the dog gets shot. Bang! That's epicness. In the remake, he just opens the shed door, sees the dog, and just shoots it. That's it. Bang. Over. My God! It's not just that as well. Just the dialogue, yeah, they tried to make it the same as the original, because they used the original script. But you can tell they just cut off so much of it. Apparently the original director, not Eli Roth, but the other director, sorry, of the remake, literally apparently made only 92 pages of this script. He literally took out a lot of stuff and that was it. Also, the fact that they changed the cop from female, that's not a problem. It was the fact that the female was trying to act like the male character in the remake. Oh, you guys like to party. Oh, I like to party. Just seriously, just shut the up. Seriously, it just annoyed me. This remake is an insult to the original. How the hell Eli Roth was even part of this, I have no idea. Did he just literally say, yeah, go ahead, do the remake, I don't care, it's the same original script, I'm just going to go off and do my own films. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Terrible. Like, seriously, what the hell was he thinking? Eli Roth, just please don't do another remake of one of your films. I mean, but out of all of them, why did it have to be Cabin Fever? Cabin Fever was his best one, and still remains as his best film. And he had to ruin it himself by giving it to someone else. Seriously, guys, avoid the Cabin Fever remake at all costs. It's a terrible remake, it's an insult, and as I said, there's only 2 good points about it. The only thing I like about it is the cinematography and some of the soundtrack in it, but that's about it. Apart from the better music and good footage, it's just literally a huge pile of crap. If you do avoid this Cabin Fever remake, then you are literally saving yourself from being bored and watching a bunch of stupid idiots getting infected by the virus. Yeah, okay. But anyway, this is just my opinion on the Cabin Fever remake. But if you guys enjoyed the Cabin Fever remake, then good for you. Why don't you tell me let me know what you thought about it, what you liked about it. Or did you like the original better? Or did you like both of them at the same time? Or do you hate the Cabin Fever movies? Or do you prefer Cabin Fever 2 or Cabin Fever 3? Let me know. Just comment and tell me and let me know. Okay guys, that's all I just wanted to talk about, so that's what I just wanted to mention about the Cabin Fever films. If you enjoyed my random reviews, please subscribe and comment and like or dislike the videos. I don't care, it's your opinion, it's all good. And I will see you again soon. And I am Reese and I've just given you a random review. Please avoid the Cabin Fever remake. See ya!